Hey guys, this is Kelly coming at you. Kelly buys houses, we'll call it. Um, yeah, just thought I'd make a little video here for one of those lessons learned. This lesson actually came out to be profitable, luckily. So um, basically what happened is, I do wholesaling of houses, and um, actually, at this point, it's more like bird dogging, um, getting a finder's fee. But I do a lot of marketing for real estate. And so this particular deal came in through, I believe, a cold call. I was cold calling thousands of people locally. And I'm from out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And but I was cold calling, and I believe this was back in January, and right today it's May. But back in January, I believe was when I came across this lead. I was cold calling, and then when I spoke with the lady on the phone, so the reason they were interested in selling was because their daughter was moving, and I believe, and so that would make her grandma, and her husband would be grandpa. They wanted to move with the daughter. So living in Eau Claire here, I forget where they're moving to. Might have been out of state. I'm not sure if I remember. Anyways, they had to move from their house, and so they were interested in a cash offer. They needed to sell their house, so we lined up an appointment to go over and look at the house. And I don't remember if we went and looked at it in January. Most likely, um, it could have been February, but so went over there. Me and my partner went over there to look at the house, and we got there, and the husband met us at the door, and he's like, "Oh, well, my wife had canceled the appointment," and I'm like, "Really? I don't think I got that memo." Anyways, we had a short conversation with him, handed him a business card, said, "Let's stay in touch." We came out there. Never did go in the house and look around because, they had canceled the appointment. So there was really no point of it. Um, they decided they weren't interested. And I got home and I must have threw, uh, threw their lead out. I write my leads on a piece of paper, old school. Threw it out and thought, yep, this is a deal. Um, they're not interested, so just throw it out. And I don't know, maybe it's sitting over there in my filing cabinet yet, but I'm pretty sure yeah, because I looked. My partner got back to me in March, I believe, and he's like, "Hey, weren't they moving in March? Wasn't that their time frame?" And I'm like, "Well," because I had emailed them the details. I don't think I emailed them their phone number, so I just said, "Well, if you want to send them a letter and follow up with them, just keep me in the loop because me and him work together. He's my partner, um, and he's also my cash buyer, and also happens to be a realtor." But so he said, "Okay, sounds good." So he must have sent them a letter or skip traced them, called them, did something, got a hold of them, and we were on another appointment with a different seller here. I think it was maybe a couple weeks ago. And right in the middle of the appointment, with the other seller standing there, he turns to me and says, "Oh," he says, "by the way, I forgot to mention, we uh, we got that deal. Remember that one over on such and such a street? I don't want to give out the exact address, but it's like, yeah, remember that house over there on that avenue or that street?" And he's like, "Yeah, we got that one under contract." He said, "You should be expecting a nice payday end of May, which is coming up in a week or two here." So it's not a done deal yet, but usually the deals go through once we have an executable contract on them. And I've already done one deal with this guy. I got a check for 10,000. So we got a little bit of a track record together, and we've looked at a lot of houses, went on a lot of appointments together, and so we had the appointment set up. They had canceled. I did go home and I looked, and yes, she did actually send me a message canceling, and I must have overlooked it, forgot about it. Sometimes I play messages or click on them on my phone when I'm at work. I get home and then they're not bolded anymore in my email, and somehow I just missed it. And usually I don't miss messages, but this particular one I did. But when we went out to that canceled appointment that we were unaware of, so it was an accident for going out there. Otherwise, if she had canceled, I would have just said, hey, it's canceled appointment. We're not going. Neither one of us would have went. Which is typically what you're supposed to do on the canceled appointment. You don't go to it. So I'm trying to remember my train of thought here. But yeah, for accidentally going on a canceled appointment, we did, like I said, the husband did come to the door. We had that conversation, so that's considered a touch, right? Anytime you meet for an appointment, you call somebody, you email, that's like a touch, they call it. So yeah, we did have that touch. We did make a brief connection with the guy. My friend's a realtor. He dresses pretty nice. I just go there. I wear the same clothes on an appointment that I do whatever, going on an errand around town. I wear these black pants. That's all I ever wear, and I usually have a t-shirt on. That's it. It's like you see me as I am now. Different t-shirts, whatever I happen to have on that day. Usually I shave a little better than I am now, but so yeah, for accidentally going on an appointment, having that little brief conversation, saying let's stay in touch, and then my partner was smart enough. There's the lesson right there, right? The money's in the follow-up. So I should have followed up. I should have never threw that lead out. I should have definitely followed up with them. And I don't know why it is with me. Probably a lot of people in general, like, gotta actually sometimes go through it to understand the importance of it. So that's the lesson. Don't throw these leads out. File them and follow up. Tell the lead's dead, or they tell you to F off or whatever. So I just took it as a hard no. Like, hey, we changed our mind. We're not doing the appointment. But even at that point, now another lesson, and to each their own. But I'm going to go on all canceled appointments from now on, because if it worked once, so if somebody cancels an appointment, I'm going anyways from now on, because you can make a touch. Now if they reschedule, and I have another video I can make about along the same subject, but it's kind of a different subject. But think outside the box. And like I said, I don't know if there's a lot of people out there doing that are doing this. So what I'm going to do, if a potential seller cancels an appointment, like we were going to go out there and look at their property, right? So it's a typical appointment. Look at the property, to take pictures or whatever. So that's a strategy. Like I said, whether you want to do it or not, I'm going to do it. I plan on doing it. So get a canceled appointment, I'm just going to show up anyway. And I don't know, maybe I'll get chased off their yard or whatever, or get some mad ones. This guy, he kind of wanted to be short with us. He wasn't mad, but we caught him off guard, and he just kind of, like, hey, you caught me off guard here. And my partner, instead, I would have probably just walked away. Whoops, sorry, catch you later. My partner went right up to his doorstep, and um, he kind of just stood there and talked to the guy for a while. And the guy didn't really look like he wanted to talk with us because maybe we interrupted something. Hopefully we didn't wake him up. He didn't say we woke him up, but my partner, he had the conversation with him, and the guy didn't say, I don't feel like having this conversation. And he didn't like interrupt him. So we were there anyways. We drove out there. Why not have that conversation? Even if they don't seem like they want to have the conversation, be assertive. Kind of have that little conversation with them, and make that touch. Touch them. Don't just hi bye, wham bam, not you're out of there, right? So that's the way that we did it. And however you want to do it, or if you don't want to do it at all, but that is a strategy that effective, at least this time. I'm thinking that touch added towards the progression of that deal. Had we not went out there, maybe we would have still gotten the deal. Maybe that touch helped. Maybe without that touch, we would have never got that deal. So I would just say a touch is a touch, and size it up as it is, and see it for what it is. And it was a touch in my eyes. So, and who knows? Without that touch, maybe we would have never got the deal. I'm anticipating could be another 10,000. I'm not sure what my partner has in mind, but our arrangement is my goal is 10,000 for a deal, and if there ain't room in the deal for 10,000, I'll adjust, because I would rather get something than nothing, and I don't want to squeeze my cash buyer too much. And I'm going to have the trust with him that he will want to pay me the 10,000 if there's room in the deal for it, because then I'll be bringing him more deals, and it's kind of like a trust type of thing. And eventually I do want to do the wholesaling properly, to where I go on the appointment by myself, and then my partner is one of my whatever handful of cash buyers. And sometimes cash buyers will bid against each other, or highest and best, and so there is a method to the madness with wholesaling. But now, if it wasn't for my partner, we wouldn't have gotten this deal, most likely. And then I won't get my, assuming it closes. I don't want to count the chickens before they're hatched, as they say. So, but yeah, I will report back here with another video. Hopefully, it's closing on the 31st, so sometime around that time, or in June at the latest, make another video. But yeah, so loving it, and hopefully this helps you all out. Make sure to share, like, and subscribe if you found any value. Especially, this is kind of a strategy that maybe nobody uses out there. Maybe I shouldn't even be using it, but I do plan on using it. So if I can do a touch with a customer and it helps and it produces 10,000, hey, count me in. All right, this is Kelly. Have a great one. Out. Kelly buys houses.